How you can create a product or service that is high in demand.
Here's how you can create a product or service that's high in demand. Use some market research data. For example, Google Trends. Have a look at the community, and if something is starting to take off, is something that's new and people are starting to use it and you're hearing it talked about more and more often, then obviously there's going to be more demand for it. As opposed to asking the question, has this thing been around for a very long time? If it has been around for a very long time, then market demand is probably dropping off. For example, you wouldn't go and buy a digital camera right now because your iPhone or your smartphone comes with a really good camera. It comes with a way to check your emails. It comes with a way to take notes. It comes with a way to communicate with your friends. It comes with a way to see your friends, and it comes with a way to browse the internet. You can literally now live without a laptop. So in terms of things being in demand, because of iPhones, there's less demand for calculators, less demand for notepads, less demand for laptops, less demand for digital cameras, all of those kinds of things, less demand for wall phones. There's no wall phone, home phone, landline in my house anymore. So that's the question. Is this thing going to be in demand? Is it taking off? Yes, it is. It's an alternative to product or service that's old. Or is it an old thing that's been around for a very long time? Demand is going to drop off for that.
Here's how you can avoid being hacked.
Here's how you can avoid being hacked. Regularly update your password. Try to make sure you've got passwords that are different on different sites. And don't save your password into the devices that you use. Always enter it from memory on a regular basis.
Here's how you can make your business more valuable.
Here's how you can make your business more valuable. Invest in your people. When buyers are looking to buy businesses, they're often looking for your team and your team's ability to manage your business. So if you own the business and run the business and you want to step out of it, that your team can take over and run it. And if your team can run your business without you being there and it's profitable, then it's going to be a business that you want to continue to invest in the long term, and buyers will be looking to invest in that business. So keep professionally developing your team, maturing your team, giving them management responsibility, and empowering them to take over control. Your business will be super valuable.
This is how you can retain valuable employees.
This is how you can retain valuable employees. Look at hygiene standards and look at motivating standards. So we want to make sure that everybody's paid correctly, accurately, on time. We want to make sure that they feel safe. We want to make sure that we're following the rules and regulations. We want to make sure that it's a happy, friendly workplace. Those are kind of hygiene factors. Motivating factors in how you keep people is make them feel a sense of responsibility, a sense that they're working for a meaningful cause, that they understand the why of the organization, that they feel like they're being invested in, they feel like they're doing meaningful work. And the simple thing that I try to do on a regular basis is I say thank you to people, because a thank you goes a very long way.
This is why it's hard to find workers right now.
This is why it's hard to find workers right now. A lot of the economies around the world are built on immigration as a form of empowering the workforce. But fundamentally, there was a lot of social welfare and social benefits through the pandemic. Here in Australia, there was JobKeeper, JobMaker, JobSaver, lots of government money going out to people. Unfortunately, that hooks people on free money and not having to work. So workforce participation is high right now, but it's not as high as it could be. So the supply chain, in terms of what people are doing, we've had significant shift in terms of people being on government benefits. And the more that we can get away from that, the more we'll get people participating back in the workforce.
Here's what you can do if you can't find workers.
Here's what you can do right now if you can't find workers. Think about productivity improvements and think about automations. And I think that's the one thing we've kind of been a little bit of slack with. Certainly I have. But there's a couple of great people on my team that I'll say, right, let's just get more people and throw more people onto the team to work on this. And someone on my team who's a very valued member of the team says, no, let's see if we can wrap this activity in a little bit of tech and see if we can make ourselves more efficient. And when we make ourselves more efficient, we expand our capacity. So see if you can use technology to expand your capacity.
This is the first step in building generational wealth.
The first step in building generational wealth, and that is wealth that transcends generations, is to invest in information and invest in training and developing yourself. If you can accelerate your intelligence, like your measure of smartness, by reading and learning on a regular basis. Don't let a day go by where you don't read some of a business book or learn something about your profession, because you will find that you will accelerate past everybody else. You'll make smarter decisions, more informed decisions, and you'll put yourself in the right place at the right time. It's not about being in the right place at the right time. It's about learning and professionally developing yourself so you can put yourself in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will be right there in front of you. You can look at the most valuable opportunities that come through, and then you can pass the wealth and the learning onto the next generation.
This is how you can identify a gap in the market.
Oh, that's a tough one. How do I identify a gap in the market? When I'm looking to identify a gap in the market, I'm looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I'm looking at, is there an aging product that is stagnating? And a gap in the market is often an alternative. So it's the connection of two things. For example, a calculator, a camera, and a laptop make this a smartphone. So yes, it's a phone, but it's very rarely used as a phone. In terms of hours, 5% of the day might be used as a phone, and 95% of the day it's used as a laptop. So that is a good example of an alternative. So it has actually aggregated 4 or 5 or 6 devices that you carried around 20 years in a backpack, and it's now down to one device that's in my pocket, including having hundreds of thousands of songs, so I can plug in my headphones and my earbuds and listen to my music. So gaps in the market, certainly right now, are often the combination of two things. So if you can look at two things that are inefficient and bring them together, that's going to be your gap in the market.